40 you see in a Georgia Tech uniform is a legendary Eddie Lee Ivory, who set an NCAA record in 1978, rushing for 356 yards in a single game against Air Force on a cold, cold field. 356 yards a single game, NCAA record. The coin toss has taken place, and of course North Carolina has won, and they have elected to receive. And that's important. As you see Eddie Lee Ivory, he's on the sidelines and ready to provide some support. As we get ready, Paul Johnson could use a guy who could get 350 yards a game, I think. Although there were days it looked like Jonathan Dwyer would do that last year. They'd like to see it this year.
Yeah, I think he settled to win that coin toss because they'll afford to fall behind. That's UNC's #1 objective, get ahead.
Scott Blair puts it in. Johnny White, 4 yards deep, will take a knee, and North Carolina will bring it out to the 20-yard line.
Good decision.
And our CPI security starting lineups. Let's take a look at North Carolina offensively. Sean Braun is the running back. Anthony Elzey at fullback. Greg Little, Highsmith, and Barham are the receivers. Up front, got some injury problems. Greg Ellaby is in there at left guard. Jolly's been a veteran at tackle. Holland, Pelt, and Ingersoll. And their quarterback is T.J. Yates out of Marietta, Georgia. Yates has been unreal. 29 of 36 over the last 5 quarters. 19 of 24 against East Carolina. And his first call is going to Sean Braun, who gets out to about the 23 for a gain of 3. Let's take a look at North Carolina, or rather Georgia Tech defensively. Derek Morgan, the beast that Mike Hogwood referred to. And, of course, Anthony Abunaway, the ends. Walls and Anderson inside. A little change at linebackers, going to a 4-3 alignment. What Burnett, and, of course, Morgan Burnett in the secondary last year intercepted 7 passes. Second down and 7. Little in motion. Yates to throw. To the flat, incomplete to Sean Braun. Dropped at the 20-yard line. Talked with North Carolina's coaches this week. They stressed the importance of success on his first drive.
Yeah, and also keeping your eye on Derek Morgan, 91. He's flop sides here on receptive plays. And you want to get a good start to Carolina. That offensive line is young. They need some confidence.
Saw the third down conversion rate, about 35% for the Tar Heels. Lincoln potting a 3-0 record. Third down and about 7. Yates scrambling. Pass complete. Drawn. Drawn. Not to the first down marker. Brought down by Jefferson and Turan.
Talk about getting there in a wave of people. Watch the spin move. 91. Bottom of your screen. He engages. There's a spin. Good feet. Good footwork by Holly. There's the pass. Now watch the pursuit. This is where it gets interesting. You see the 3-on-2 blue shirts versus the white shirts. Then the conversion of the yellow jackets getting to the point of attack.
First punt of the day. There's Turan, who's brought one back to the house against Clemson. Grant Shalleck with the kick. Line drive kick drives Turan back to the 21. And he's brought down right there. Johnny White brought him back after a 54-yard punt. And -1, we have a flag down on the play.
Great effort. Get down covered punt. These are the little things, man. This is the glue that keeps you together.
And, you know, there was a question as to whether or not Grant Shalleck would punt today.
Right.
Because they really haven't been happy with the punt situation.
Now watch this. He converges, drops those hits. Now he's hanging off by a thread. Literally by a thread.
Turant's a good one. They're pretty happy that he's back there after 2 years out. Took a red year and then had to stay off the team last season.
Illegal block in the back. Number 28, during the return. 10 yards, first down.
Rashad Reed penalized there. CPI security starting lineups offensively. Dwyer and Allen, 2 good ones. Roddy Jones. And of course, up front, Bedford, Smith, Gilbert, Howard, and Barrick. They call him the Barricade. First and 10 for the Yellow Jackets at their own 12 after the block in the back penalty on the punt. Nesbitt to throw on first down, but maybe not. He scrambles out of there and gets himself out to the 18-yard line, picking up the tackle, Quan Sturdivant. Josh Nesbitt is the leading rusher for the Yellow Jackets this season. He's a junior out of Greensboro, Georgia. Last week against Miami, 6 of 15, 133 yards, and a touchdown pass. He has to be effective for all of Georgia Tech's offensive scheme.
Very well said. It started at the linebacker, 52 for Carolina. Is also #1 in tackles, and so was 1 versus 1.
Second down and 5. It's Orwin Smith in motion. He gets the pitch. They get a good block on the corner, but Carter pursues where Wilson couldn't. And Bruce Carter, the junior out of Havelock, North Carolina, makes the stop.
Now watch the backside. We talk a lot about Marvin Austin. #1, there's no sin in being cut. The sin is staying cut. Carolina will not be denied on that play. Great pursuit. Austin, 300-pounder, getting down the line, led right there by Bruce Carter.
Third down and 4 coming. No score. First possession for the Yellow Jackets in this game. Here comes the toss sweep. Dwyer. First carry of the day. Dwyer gets the first down and pushes the chains to the 30-yard line. And it's a 12-yard gain. Deontay Williams on the tackle.
Talk about under resistance, too. This is a pretty good job. You see, when you get quick secured, they got it around the corner. Beat the numbers game. Give Dwyer a lot of credit. And you see downfield, there's Thomas, 8. Getting a little bit of a push. The A-backs and the wideouts have got to block.
And that is 2,000 yards in his career. Needed only 1 to reach that plateau. 1 of 10 Georgia Tech running backs tread in that territory. First and 10. Handoff now comes to Dwyer. He bounces outside. And Denoris Searcy finally brings him down at the 37-yard line. 8-yard gain on the play with Searcy on the tackle. And let's take a look at the North Carolina defense. The strength of their team. Wilson and Quinn, the ends. Austin and Thomas, the tackles. The linebackers are Brown, Sturdivant, and Carter. Sturdivant with 22 tackles already. Brown, Searcy, Williams, and Burney. 3 of the 4 were starters a year ago for Butch Davis. There's Marvin Austin. Second down and 2. Hand off to the fullback. Straight ahead. Cam Thomas on the tackle. It's going to be Preston Lyons. Actually, he's the B-back substituting for Dwyer.
First and 10. I like Cam Thomas a lot. You're going to hear his name quite often. Another 300-pounder plays next to Marvin Austin. Good ball player.
Wright comes to the sideline. Our first and 10 line is brought to you by CPI Security. See how CPI can protect your home and family at CPIsecurity.com. 6th play of this drive, first and 10. Nesbitt. Toss now to Dwyer. Big opening downfield. Dwyer at the 30 of the Tar Heels, and it's brought down to the 24. Deontay Williams and Bruce Carter finally catch up with him after a 36-yard gain.
Tackle made by number 54, Bruce Carter. First and 10, Georgia Tech.
See, I'm not sure. We said one of the keys was assignment football. That time Marvin Austin went inside. I don't know if he read a key or saw something, but the play went outside of him. That was a gash for Tech.
Man, they get more yards on simple dives than anybody.
Well, they're blocking. They got man on man. They block you. You're going to hurt.
First and 10 at the 24. Play action. Here it comes to Allen on the cross, and he gets across the 20. Anthony Allen, transfer out of Louisville, and has been a valuable part of this team. Gets better and better every week. 23 career touchdowns. As Georgia Tech heads into the red zone here, they're just at the 20-yard line. There's Jonathan Dwyer. Let's take a look at our O'Reilly Auto Parts red zone. Georgia Tech offensively, they've struggled this year. 11 times in the red zone, only 3 touchdowns. And that's a look at the O'Reilly Auto Parts red zone. Better parts, better prices every day. Second down and 6. Handoff goes to Wright. Preston Wright crosses the 15 down to the 13, his second carry of the day. In substitution of Jonathan Dwyer, Zach Brown in on the tackle.
Zach Brown saved the touchdown. See, now they're starting to shuffle some defensive linemen. Let's not forget where this drive started. Way back yonder. So this is what Tech does. Chew up clock, chew up time, wear you down.
But Carolina's coach is worried about the limited number of possessions that they could get in the ball game. Normally 12 or 11. Today it may only be 8. Puts a premium each time you've got the ball. Roddy Jones on the top sweep. Hits the corner. Nobody there. Jones, touchdown, Georgia Tech.
It's all about the guys downfield. That time Thomas puts on a very nice block. We know him as a catcher. Inside move, and you see it. Little chip. All it takes, Hill with a chip. Thomas with a nice block. Jones in the end zone for the Yellow Jackets.
And ready for after with Scott Blair. And Georgia Tech scores first. And when they score first, they can punish you. You find yourself playing catch-up with these guys all day long. Out of the hold of Chandler Anderson, the punt or the point after is good. A 9-play march capped by this toss sweep of 13 yards to Roddy Jones. North Carolina trailing Georgia Tech 7-0. There he is, Roddy Jones, his second career touchdown. First of the season, he goes 13 yards with the toss sweep, capping a 9-play, 88-yard drive that was all on the ground. And a key 36-yard gain by Jonathan Dwyer set them up at the 24. And kept the last 13, Roddy Jones. Johnny White, Charles Brown getting ready for Scott Blair's kickoff here as Georgia Tech has struck first. Brown driven 5 yards in the edge. He's going to bring it out this time. Must make the 20. Johnny White does not. Gets out to the 19. Let's go back to the score again and see that operation.
Starting to show you a couple things here. Right at this position and outside Thomas. Now, of course, you're going to see Roddy. Now, watch what happens. That 178 pounds, watch. Right, he comes out, and we freeze it right here. He gets another block here, block outside. You got engagement. Backs him to get right in, and it's going to be clear sailing. Great effort. You can't get big plays without contributions from your wideouts.
I've learned a new term today. He's got engagement.
Engagement.
It might not be a block, but it's engagement. Sean Drawn struggles to get back to the line of scrimmage and may have pushed ahead to the 20. Morgan Burnett in there on the tackle, and let's head to the sidelines and Mike Hogwood.
Yeah, you talk to every one of these Georgia Tech players. You ask about North Carolina, and they say, yeah, that's the team that kept us out of the championship last year. They were also feel they were embarrassed against Miami. There's a lot of emotion and a lot to prove today for Georgia Tech.
Motivation on X drive today. TJ Yates now sizes up the defense. His split twins to the wide side of the field. And a timeout coming here as the Tar Heels will not get this play off. Georgia Tech takes the timeout. 8:20 left to go, first quarter. Back after this word from your local ACC stations. Second down and 9 for the Tar Heels, just shy of their own 20-yard line. Highsmith and Little is split wide, rolling that side. TJ Yates down the field. It is incomplete, intended for Greg Little out to the 38-yard line.
Greg Little. Gerard Terrence defending.
Well, Derek Morgan's the guy you watch. Looks like he's being held because he may be. No, that's not holding. That's hog time. That's hog time.
That's one way to stop that, man.
That's better than holding.
It might be your only way.
Well, you know, you got to protect the quarterback by any means possible.
All right, third down coming. Tar Heels 0 for 1 so far in this game in third downs, trailing 7-0. Passing down for TJ Yates, and it is behind Ed Barr, the tight end. Tar Heel offense a little out of sync here.
Well, I think Mike Hogwood
with the tackle.
Mike Hogwood nailed it when he talked about the intensity on the field and the payback and, you know, all the gripes and grudges that the Yellow Jackets have. They're flat out more with the edge right now. Carolina's sleepwalking. And they need somebody to start raising the riot act over on their sideline to get them going.
Well, this is by far their toughest opponent they've played in the last 3, including East Carolina, including Connecticut and the Citadel. Here's Shalleck, got a 54-yarder out this time. Big line drive. Tarrant at the 29.
Oh, nice block.
turns the corner. We got a flag on the play. Now turns the other direction, and Tarrant runs into a cluster of blue jerseys. It's a 50-yard punt, 25-yard return, but there was a flag thrown about 11 yards beyond where he caught the ball. White Jones in on the tackle. Paul Johnson not happy.
Great kick coverage though by Carolina. Good blocking by Tech. Both teams put an emphasis on special teams. You have to.
2 3-and-outs for the Tar Heels. Let's take a look.
Illegal block in the back. Number 17 on the return team. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Champion presents How You Play. A 1930 Model A Ford Sport Coupe. The Rambling Rex, one of the most notable traditions in all of the ACC. First made its appearance in 1961. The wreck is known for leading the Yellow Jackets onto the field before every game. And that's our champion feature celebrating the history and traditions of the ACC. Champion, it's How You Play. Georgia Tech 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. Their second time to the ball. The dive man is Dwyer, and he's not going far.
Dwyer on the carry.
And let's look at that first drive, all on the ground. Nesbitt actually faked one pass, but was all ground attack in 9 rushes. 6 different ball carriers led by Jonathan Dwyer, who had 56 yards on 3 carries out of the 9 plays. And Roddy Jones took it in. It was that 36-yard carry that set up this 13-yard toss sweep to Roddy Jones for the touchdown. 2nd down and 7. That's Anthony Allen in motion. He'll get the toss sweep to the corner. Only one man out there in white, 2 in blue, and so Allen goes down after 5. E.J. Wilson and Deontay Williams in on the tackle.
They're controlling tempo, and that's what you want. Cord Howard, the big one, form at right guard, number 71. What's impressive is that for a lot of times these guys stay on their feet and get the second-level block. Carolina's trying to counter it with just great hustle, and that's what's made this interesting.
3rd down and 1, a long one. Owen Smith in motion. Nesbitt on the keep. And Nesbitt has the first down. E.J. Wilson brings him down, but not before he's made the 46-yard line. 8-yard gain on the play.
Wonder why Carolina's good. See, Camp Johnson slipped the block inside. He didn't make the play. He started it. E.J. Wilson finished. Thomas nearly had the play of the game for Carolina.
1st and 10. Yellow Jackets now at their own 46-yard line. Control, as Doc said, that's important. They control the clock, but they can score quickly. Nesbitt having a whistles and flags.
Penalty flag.
We got people going in about 3 or 4 different directions.
Well, it's number 70. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
All right, there's the 5-yard penalty. Now, parents, register your child today for the brand new ACC Kids Club presented by RBC Bank. Children 8th grade and younger will enjoy outstanding benefits and special opportunities from the Atlantic Coast Conference. Membership is free. I like that. So visit ACCKidsClub.com to register your child today. Yellow Jackets come out after the 5-yard penalty. That's the 3rd Georgia Tech penalty of the game. It sets up 1st and 15. On the toss, it's going to be Dwyer. Hits the corner, but so do the Tar Heels. Wow. Hold a meeting over Jonathan Dwyer.
Yeah, I did. Nothing happened. Corners did a good job on this one. Watch it from the backer standpoint. Inside, getting a scrape, beats a block. Not bad. Not a good effort by Austin. Comes around. You're not going to block a guy like Sturdivant unless you get engaged with his pad play. You got to put a pad under the rib cage. You can't go out there, man. That was like a pillow fight.
2nd down and 13.
Pillow fight.
Pillow fight. They ain't going to get it done. Engagement.
2nd and 16. Nesbitt. Draw play comes to Dwyer. Dwyer gets a little bit of running room and back to the original line of scrimmage. After the change of downs, 5-yard gain on the play will bring up 3rd down and 10. Zach Brown hit on the tackle. Of course, Jonathan Dwyer last year ACC Player of the Year and ACC Offensive Player of the Year. 1,395 carries, 12 touchdowns. He had 9 games where he had 100 or more yards and 1,775 all-purpose yards. The Diesel. Wes Durham, the radio voice of the Yellow Jackets, gave him the name. He says everybody calls him D-Train or JD or just Dwyer. Back to throw Nesbitt. It's Stephen Hill, true freshman, beats 1 tackle, but again, the Tar Heels get a lot of men on the ball at the 50-yard line. It'll be a gain on the play when all is said and done at 5.
Yeah, that's a tough block for Austin Barrett. 73, the right tackle for Tech. I mean, he's under some pressure here. Good catch, but at that point, defense just beats. Give Charles Brown the credit and watch the pursuit. It's like a pack of wild animals for Carolina getting to the football. Great effort to get to the football.
On 4th down and 4, Georgia Tech is going for it. They keep the punter on the sidelines. They're 2 yards into Tar Heel territory. Preston Wright is the A-back. Anthony Allen is the B-back. North Carolina almost gets offside. And now a full house as Georgia Tech looks like they're trying to draw.
Offense, number 17, 5-yard penalty.
Paul Johnson not happy. He may have to send the punting unit out now.
Well, they had it, but they didn't snap it. If they were trying to get him to get an encroachment to jump, he jumped. They didn't get snapped.
That's true. All right, true freshman Tyler Morgan will be the deep snapper. Paul Johnson said yesterday he's not happy with his punt operation. He's going up against a North Carolina team featuring Bruce Carter, who blocked 3 punts in 1 game last year against Connecticut. Tanner Anderson gets the kick away. So an uneventful snap operation, and that's how you want it. Oh, and it goes down. The long snapper goes down and makes the tackle. Searcy captured just as he caught the football.
Yeah, they had a nice wall set
He's
up on the
earned
right
a
side.
spot. There's Jonathan Dwyer taking a breather on the sideline. He's trying to come back after not playing much against Miami. More about him after this play. 1st and 10, North Carolina at their own 8-yard line. Tar Heels have been 3 and out the first 2 times they've had the ball. They trail 7-0. Pass to the flats, incomplete. And let's look at the last run that Jonathan Dwyer had. Keep in mind that left shoulder was giving him some problems. Let's go more on this story. Let's go to the sidelines and Mike Hogwood.
Also grabbed that left shoulder when he made the long run. The trainers have been over and talked to him. He simply waved them off. It's hurting him, but he's going to keep playing.
2nd down and 8. 2nd down and 10. Thanks, Mike. Handoff goes to Houston. This is Ryan Houston, 245-pound short yardage back out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Tackle made there by Sylvester and Jefferson. Wow, look at these stats. Time of possession. This is right where Georgia Tech wants it. And they've held the Tar Heels to only 5 yards, getting 115 themselves.
Put a lot of pressure on. That's the key. Carolina now, they're young, but you can't wilt. Somebody's got to come up and make a play.
TJ Yates.
You know where they'd be going a year ago. They'd be going throwing to the playmaker.
Oh, Hakeem Nicks. Absolutely. Playing Sundays. Big rush on. He bails out with a throw to Highsmith. Actually, that's going to be Boyd. Jeremy Boyd, the freshman. And he had no time to throw that football.
No, he didn't. Boyd needed to finish the route. You see a lot of games being played when you got a free runner. I mean, you can't expect him, man. That was a perfect no-hitter. But Boyd, he's got to accelerate to the football. He might have made the play.
You got to credit Logan Walls getting in there. Putting some big pressure on. All right, Shattuck on for his 3rd punt of the day. He's had 2 of 50-plus. We got a flag on it. Tarrant calls for a fair catch at midfield. And let's see what the flag is going to be. Tom DeJoseph is the referee today. A 39-yard punt by Grant Shattuck, his shortest of the day.
Hey, that Johnny White, boy, he covered kicks like a madman.
He has. Butch Davis kind of upset at the way things are going here. His offense sputtering 3 and out on 3 occasions.
He didn't have any field position.
No.
You know, it limits your offense so much when you're backed up that way. can't use your playbook.
Well, you're wondering why they didn't let that punt go into the end zone and take it at the 20 instead of getting stuck at the 8.
31. Defense. Penalties decline. First down.
Penalties decline. It's going to be first down. Monster started their day off with a bang. It's a hit single from Skillet's latest release, Awake. Hey, if you want to see Skillet perform Monster, their other hit, well, there'll be a concert tomorrow night right here in Atlanta at the Tabernacle. For tickets, call or go to skillet.com. Don't call us. Doc ran out of tickets. 1st and 10 at midfield. Georgia Tech, 15 plays, 14 of them have been on the ground. They've got Ronnie Jones out in the slot. Wires back with Josh Nesbitt, and he gets the draw play. Marvin Austin helps wrestle him down. Nice gain of about 6 on the play.
Yes, you got to give Sean Bedford, the center, a lot of credit. He was wrestling with Big Marvin. That's a long time to wrestle with a man of his girth. But they're moving positive. The thing about Georgia Tech is so impressive is that we haven't seen a play yet, in fact, not recall, for a loss.
No, you're right.
So even though the ball is exchanged in the backfield, they haven't had any negative plays.
Well, I think their shortest gain has been 3. 2nd down and 4. Nesbitt. Toss comes out to Dwyer on the other side. Dwyer with the first down, and he's finally driven out by Kendrick Burney at the 36-yard line.
Well, he sure better help. I'll tell you what, they're getting a lot of help from everybody at this point. See, I know when you see the white shirt staying on their feet getting blocks, you got a chance. Now, you're trying to get started, but you always got to get a hold of him. And that time, the play was just too wide for him.
Anthony Allen threw a key block on the corner that helped that 9-yard gain.
Very nice block.
There's Sturdivant. 1st and 10. In North Carolina territory at the 36. And our first man through Dwyer on the dive. You know, Dwyer gets a lot of contact, because, we were talking to John Shoup, the offensive coordinator of North Carolina. He said, well, you got to hit the dive guy every time. You hit the quarterback every time.
Yeah. Well,
even if they don't have the ball.
Yeah, because they may. And you don't know who has the ball. Our camera crew does a great job. We haven't lost the ball yet.
Not yet.
And these guys are doing a super job, but I've missed the ball a couple of times in the game.
2nd down and 7 now for Georgia Tech. That's the 33 of North Carolina. That's Anthony Allen in motion. He gets the toss. Allen hits the corner. Allen gets the first down, and he's inside the red zone at the 18-yard line. Juan Sturdivant brings him down.
If they secure the corner, you're in trouble. If they win the number count, do you see big Cord Howard? Biggin, boy, he's out on that edge. And you see 5 blue shirts, 1 white shirt, but it's positive yardage.
15, in fact. The clock has stopped running for some reason. We've got 12 on ours, down to 10, and then the clock on the field here has not run, so it looks like we're going to have a little discussion here. Tom DeJoseph, there's the clock, and you see ours is continuing to run. And we'll have some sort of adjustment here.
Please reset the game clock to 29 seconds.
Oh, there you go.
29 seconds on the game clock.
So that's what's left here in this first quarter of play here in Atlanta. The skies are gray. We're anticipating rain and lots of it in the second half. But right now, pretty good conditions. There you see the skyline of Atlanta looking to the southeast, which is the brighter quadrant. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 18. Juan Sturdivant gets a rest.
Well, yeah, that's the problem. You're chasing in the whole way, but if you keep your werewolf on the sideline, if you're Georgia Tech right now, you're smiling.
Kennedy Tinsley takes his spot. Ronnie Jones in motion. And now goes to right. Preston Lyons. He's had, that's his third carry of the day. He gets to the 13-yard line. Lyons is a sophomore out of Atlanta.
He got up in there, boy. I'll tell you what, though, he had a little more burst, so he might have popped through, because that was very well blocked.
We are coming down to the end of this first quarter of play. It's been all Georgia Tech. The Ramblin' Wreck and going. Paul Johnson's crew has the offense, the spread offense working, and they lead the Tar Heels through 7-0. Jonathan Dwyer back in the Georgia Tech huddle as they're in the red zone again at the 13-yard line of the Tar Heels. Sixth play of this drive that started at their own 30-yard line. Bebe Thomas split wide out to the top side. To the bottom side, Quentin Sims. Nesbitt first man through a fumble.
I think he got it back.
Yeah, I think Nesbitt fell on the ball intended for Dwyer.
Now Marvin is down at the bottom of that pile, and Marvin Austin might try to take it away.
Alaric Mullins almost got it.
Yeah. Well, again, this is your second team. So Mullins comes in. You got to look at what John Blake, Carolina's defensive line coach, man, he has the luxury of rotating these beasts in the game. That's a big play.
Well, it goes back to a point you made. Just the first negative play they've had.
That's right, number one. But when you can you got Powell in the game, they got Mullins, Cobles. They've really got a lot of depth. McAdoo.
Dwyer comes off. Georgia Tech facing third down. They have 2 of 3 previous situations. This is 3rd and 6, and we got a timeout on the field. And we'll go with him. A Roddy Jones 13-yard toss sweep in the first quarter is the only thing on the board. Georgia Tech 7-0. We're back here in Atlanta. Georgia Tech here for Raycom Sports ACC football. On the red zone, North Carolina defensively, they've been kind of stingy. 7 possessions, 4 touchdowns scored, including Roddy Jones. That's our O'Reilly Auto Parts red zone. Better parts, better prices every day. 3rd down 6 for the Yellow Jackets. Back to throw. This is Nesbitt. Has some time. Now get sacked in the backfield at the 90-yard line, and it is Quentin Cobles, a sophomore of Kinston, North Carolina, who comes in to make the stop.
And again, I can't emphasize, this is depth. They're rotating a lot of players. There's Howard and there's Marvin, double team, good pass pro. I mean, it's just getting it done. But one breakdown, one guy beats this man on man, you get results. Good effort by Mullins inside, just jumping up.
Scott Blair, who's 5 for 7 on the season, his longest is 36. He'll attempt a 37-yard field goal from the left hash mark out of Chandler Anderson's hole. Kick is up, and it is going to sail wide to the right. So North Carolina's defense holds in the red zone right now, and the Tar Heels come back out here on offense.
2 drives that Coach Johnson is not going to be pleased with. Good field position, and they don't produce points.
Punted the last time on 46 yards, and then, of course, a missed field goal of 37 yards by Scott Blair. Let's go to the sidelines and Mike Hogwarts.
A lot on the shoulders of T.J. Yates right now. He has been on the Carolina sidelines trying to fire up this offense, and I'll tell you, he spent a lot of time over there warming up. He has not been on the field a lot today, and I felt the need to warm up again, but he's the leader of this offense. Let's see what he does here.
They've got to protect their leader, Mike. They did not do so far in the first 3 offensive series. 1st and 10, North Carolina from the 20-yard line. On the end around, it is Greg Little, and he has nowhere to go. And a flag on the play as he's driven out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Driving him out, Gerard Tarrant.
By number 37, Gerard Tarrant.
Eric Highsmith, freshman wide receiver, did a really good job. Just couldn't hold up enough. He didn't get any help from his friends.
We wait to see what the flag is. The all referee Tom DeJoseph gathering with his crew down around the 13-yard line. Paul Johnson waiting for the call as well.
There is no foul on the play. So illegal block in the back.
No illegal block in the back. Let's take a look at the first quarter stats, and you'll see Georgia Tech dominates this set of numbers, especially in total yards. They've run 20 plays, and 19 of them were running plays in the first quarter.
7 points is not enough for that kind of production.
No.
That favors Carolina by my standards.
2nd down and 17. Tar Heels in a little bit of a hole here at their own 13-yard line. A little in the slot. Boyd to the top, Highsmith to the bottom. It goes to the top man, that's Boyd, and a good tackle made by Mario Butler, junior out of Jacksonville, Florida. For the Yellow Jackets, it would be a small gain on the play of about 2.
Tackle made by number 2, Mario Butler.
And a year ago, Carolina had 3 pros. at receiver. You take a short pass like that from the 8, they make a guy miss.
Oh, yeah.
They turn a 3-yard into 13-yard.
They have the down markers moving. DJ Yates has got to pull this unit together. 3rd down and 12. They made 5 on the play.
Derek Morgan time if you're a Yellow Jackets fan.
Tar Heels have been shut out in 3 previous 3rd down plays. Play action twice. Rolling right, has some time. Doesn't want the short guy, wants the long guy. That's Highsmith. Highsmith is there. Can he make the catch? Yes, he does. What a play by the freshman who had 6 catches a week ago against East Carolina. A 53-yard pass run hookup.
Well, boy, the other puppy made a big play a week ago. Give Yates a lot of credit because he helped the right tackle block Morgan. Now watch the ball. At this point, he stays with it. The DB's getting each other's way, and if that ball doesn't hit the ground there, which I think is going to be up for review, but if it didn't hit the ground, it's a big play.
You know, one of the things, watch as we see this play again, and I'm sure we will as they go through the review process. He's running downfield, and when Yates let it go, he looked around at the defenders.
Well, he found himself. At this point, that's just good. That's smart athleticism, ball hits the ground. Now, he still has his hand on the ball. Doesn't mean he didn't have possession, but it clearly looks like as though there was some contact with the ground, not from that angle.
No.
Okay. Let's see it. Boy, Reed just knocks his...
Okay. Yeah. This angle made...
Yeah, Reed...
That's a little fat. I think the end zone angle was the one that was the best.
But knocks Burnett right off of it. The 2 DBs, boy, they'll be after one another in the meeting this week saying, dog, you took an interception away from me.
Paul Johnson would have been just as happy to see somebody slap that ball away. Here it is again.
Yeah.
Best angle we got.
Guess what?
He's down.
I got
Yeah, see, he lost the ball. The ball hits the ground.
And the only prescription.
Ball hits the ground there.
Question was, what was the position of his right arm when the ball hit the ground? Was it under the ball?
It is an incomplete pass.
Oh,
It'll be 4th down.
Incompleted pass. The ball did hit the ground. Paul Johnson says yes.
It's a rare smile when his team is not up by 3 touchdowns. He's into the game, and I think it was the right call. I mean, I saw it. It bounced.
It was close.
Great play by the freshman. I mean, he'll learn how to hide it a little more as he ages in the ACC.
This will be the 4th punt of the day. We've had 51 official reviews. 8 have been overturned or have overturned the preliminary call on the field. So that was our 8th. And it's 4th down and 12, and the punting unit is back on again. Grant Shalleck has punted 3 times previously. Gerard Turan is back alone for Georgia Tech. Oh, wobbles one. But it takes a North Carolina bounce and heads out of bounds at the 36-yard line. It's a 45-yard kick. It probably spent 20 in the air. 12:10 left in the first half. It's 7-0. Georgia Tech back after this word from your local station. It's going to be the destination of the College Football Hall of Fame. Great coups scored by this city and the Atlanta Sports Commission. Saw Gary Stokan in the press box. He's pretty fired up about it. Great job by this group. Here's Nesbitt. Not much there. First hit by Sturdivant, finished off by Robert Quinn. A gain of about 2. Georgia Tech experienced its first negative plays on the last series.
And, you know, the missed field goal compounds it, but, you know, Coach Johnson, at the minimum, you know, 10-0 he'd like to be. Could have been 14. Give Carolina credit. I mean, this is what they do. They D you up.
Hill is split wide to the top side. Bebe Thomas is a slot man to that side. Nesbitt keeps, makes the read and gets up over the 42-yard line. Robert Quinn again in on the tackle, but now they're looking at 3rd and 5.
This, to me, is Georgia Tech's equivalence of a body shot by a puncher. Because the more he goes inside, keeps it in there, the more it sets up that pitch for the overhand right.
Let's have a look at our Haviland defensive shield. 3rd down conversions today. They've allowed Georgia Tech 2 out of 4. Going into this game, they were just above 30%. So 50% is something they'll try to improve on. Nesbitt, short drop, pass incomplete. Intended for Thomas. Kendrick Burney in the vicinity. And it brings up 4th down. And so Georgia Tech, which kind of ran roughshod through the first quarter, now finding itself sending its punter on the field again.
Yeah, well, they're leaving the door open for Carolina to make one big play and get into it. And this is their heel. This is their Achilles heel. They have got to become more proficient in the short to intermediate passing game. They can throw it long way, but they've got to do that. That was a given.
Chandler Anderson, who's got a 46-yarder so far today. Long snapper, Tyler Morgan. Good one off, good operation. Line drive shot, Searcy at the 10. Denora Searcy breaks through. He gets out to the 31-yard line. The 48-yard punt and a 20-yard return. And North Carolina sets up just beyond the 35-yard line. We come back to Georgia Tech. Raycom Sports is on Twitter for important TV updates, ACC scheduling info, highlight and archive video links, and more. Follow us. Go to twitter.com/Raycom Sports. 1st and 10, North Carolina at their own 31-yard line. Greg Little comes down in motion. This is Houston. And he gets some running room out to the 40-yard line. That's a 9-yard gain.
Number 32.
And on the tackle, Gerard Tarrant.
Well, that's the first run they've been able to break the surface on, put a lot of pressure put on by the Yellow Jackets. Here, reverse, shut down, because they never gave up outside to contain. Bennett and company been strong. And this is without Cooper Taylor playing in the ball game today, as well as Robert Hall.
That's caused them to kind of reshuffle their lineup a little bit. 2nd down and 1. Hand off Houston, looking for the 1st down. He's got it. And a little bit of profit beyond that to the 45-yard line. Making the tackle, Ben Anderson, the junior from Aiken, South Carolina. Earned 1st down for the Tar Heels this half. Coming into that play, they had 15 total yards, but only trailed by 7.
And they took advantage of Derek Morgan not being in the game, and the gladiator, Brad Jefferson, also not playing right now.
Morgan's back, however. Cross is playing the other defensive end spot for Georgia Tech. 1st and 10. Handoff Houston. Dances ahead to about the 46-yard line. And Morgan Burnett, the junior out of College Park, Georgia. We had an opportunity to see him yesterday and talk to him. Engaged young man. Asked him if he trash talked. No. You made 7 interceptions. Did you say you ran a route better than he is? No. Yeah. Just get back, get ready for the next play.
Yeah. And go pat those defensive linemen on the rear and say thanks.
2nd down. At about 6. Houston, 4th straight time on this series, and he dives ahead. This time gets into Georgia Tech territory for the 1st time today. Anthony Abunaway.
Saved it. Saved it. I mean, they are now 1 missed tackle away from a big run. And what Carolina's backs have got to do is keep grinding. They got, like Georgia Tech does, keep grinding. Now they're spinning it.
Good experience for the Tar Heel offensive line as well.
Absolutely. Get it done.
3rd down 3. Oh, the pass right back to T.J. Yates. And he does not get on it. It looks like Morgan has picked it up. Yates wasn't even looking. The snap came before he was ready. Derek Morgan on the turnover.
And it's always following a praise. We just praised this young offensive line. And Cam Holland there, you see he's looking over left. The ball goes past him. But at this point, I mean, he's got to act like that's a newborn baby. He's got to get to the football, and he's got to secure it. There's a werewolf. Werewolf coming up there. Oh, my goodness, I'm going to hit it. See, there's more drills the defensive linemen go after the ball than quarterback. That was obvious.
And there's a reason for that. All right, big turnover gives Georgia Tech excellent field position at the North Carolina 32-yard line. Nesbitt to throw. Has a man, that's Bebe Thomas.
Nesbitt's pass complete to number 8, Demarius Thomas.
15-yard hookup. Gets him down to the 17-yard line.
That's an excellent call. It hadn't worked all day in the air. You want to catch Carolina feeling sorry for themselves. It's human nature. Their best drive stymied by a fumble.
Second pass completion for Georgia Tech this afternoon. Nesbitt. He'll take it himself. Good read by the Tar Heels, who've been pretty stout in the red zone.
Yeah, they really have.
Tackle made by Sturdivant and Quinn. Now let's have another look.
Tackle by number 52, Juan Sturdivant.
Paul Johnson a little upset there. Let's take a look at our O'Reilly's red zone today. Been in the red zone twice, come up with a touchdown and missed a field goal. That's a look at our O'Reilly Auto Parts red zone. Better parts, better prices every day. Second and a long 9. Bobby Jones in motion. And Dwyer is wrestled down by Robert Quinn shortly after the exchange with Nesbitt. Quinn, the sophomore from Lansing, South Carolina, on the stop.
Well, you can't say that Carolina's not giving it a great effort. They're going in now just trying to blow everything up. And one thing in that engagement, just go down the line and be physical. Look at the blue shirts. They're out. They have won the number game, especially on the perimeter.
Well, speaking of numbers, Dwyer's look pretty good just the same. 8.1 a carry, 10 carries, 81 yards. Looking at third down, though, at 11. Nesbitt rolling, throws back to the opposite side to Stephen Hill. It's through his hands and out of bounds.
Boy, there was an alley. There was an alley there.
And they had him outnumbered.
They had him outnumbered.
Three white,
Big
two
Cole
blue.
Howard out there, 310 pounds of bulk with nobody to hit. And again, you have to look at this, putting out a fire after a turnover, and the defense holds you limited to possibly 3 points.
All right, Scott Blair is on. That's the third straight third down conversion Georgia Tech has missed. And Blair is on out of the hold of Chandler Anderson. It's a 34-yard field goal attempt. Missed his first one from 37, but hits this one right down the middle. And Georgia Tech tacks 3 on and scores 3 off the North Carolina turnover. Mike, Robert, we've already signed up.
Yeah, we're on. But we're going to split it 3 ways.
Kick goes out of bounds, and it'll set North Carolina up at the 40-yard line. But we have a flag on the play.
Yellow
It's out of bounds at the 1.
Yellow Jackets just have not been greedy enough. They have not closed the door, sealed the deal.
Free kick out of bounds by the kicking team. Take the ball at the 40-yard line. First down.
Yeah, you put up some points, the rains come, you're in pretty good shape.
Yeah, but right now North Carolina's got to get it going. Their first drive that lasted more than 3 plays ended in a fumble.
Yeah, it did, but they only be down by 10 with Yates at quarterback. You still have a fighting chance.
Best field position of the day for the Tar Heels. At their own 40-yard line, down 10-0. Drawn. Sean Drawn. And he gets out to about the 44. Helping out on the tackle, Julian Burnett. 5-yard gain. They shuffled around. The defensive unit shuffled around a little bit. Dave Womack had to compensate. You talked about it with Kyler Cooper out, and that forced them really to change what they do at the Wolf or Will linebacker position.
Plus it's humid down there. And so a lot of these guys seem to be gassed.
Second down and 6. Play action for T.J. Yates, who has time and has a receiver. It's going to be Highsmith. Eric Highsmith, who had a 50-yarder call back, gets this one down inside the 30-yard line, down to the 25. It's a 31-yard gain. Morgan Burnett on the tackle.
Well, the kids, no doubt about it, they are very talented. I saw him on the crossing route. Watch the hands.
Oh.
So he goes down and gets it. And then he knows what to do with it after the reception. So this is the future of Carolina football on offense. Eric Highsmith, you see Boyd, we talked about it. They've got Josh Adams, a lot of freshmen, very talented.
He was a little apprehensive about taking Hakeem Nicks' number.
You blame him?
No, I don't. Handoff drawn, heads outside. Butler tries to drive him out and gets him inside the 20, but it's a nice 9-yard gain to the 16-yard line of Georgia Tech. You talk about Hakeem Nicks. You look at what North Carolina has lost as far as their receivers now playing on Sundays. Hakeem Nicks, Brooks Foster, Brandon Tate. Brandon Tate was one of the best return men in the country a year ago. That's a lot of offense in passing yards and total yards.
I missed the playmaker.
Kick down and one. Well, Highsmith's trying to make him forget. Handoff goes to Drawn, and Drawn goes nowhere. Great play by Anthony Barnes. And also Jason Peters, sophomore from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Barnes from Cartersville, Georgia.
Both teams exhibiting depth, which is good for the program.
Third down and one coming up for the Tar Heels. The O'Reilly Auto Parts red zone. On offense. 10 times the Tar Heels have been here. They've had 7 touchdowns. Here comes the handoff. It goes to Houston. And it's going to be very close to the first down.
Well, it's important. Don't forget, they had a fumble. You give up 3 points. They're young up front. That was a big drive.
First 5 possessions, 7 yards. This possession, 41-44, but it's still about 6 inches short of a first down, and the Tar Heels are going to go for it. Bobby Rome joins the backfield as a fullback.
Down Ellaby.
TJ Yates pulls ahead, and it looks like he's got the first down at the 14-yard line with 3:36 left to go.
And the happiest guy is Cam Holland down at the bottom of that pile and that Eric snap. So he gets it.
There's Dave Warmock, the defensive coordinator for the Yellow Jackets. Had to adjust personnel this week. Doesn't have Dominique Reese available to him today. Hooper's not available to him today. Lost his defensive end, Robert Hall.
Still, they're playing good football. They just need to make a play.
First and 10. North Carolina at the Georgia Tech 14.
Nice fake.
Play action. Yates and Bobby Rome can't come up with it.
You realize how close that was to falling right down the pipe and being picked off? I mean, nice fake. There you get it. Now, that's what you want. That's the room. Now, watch that. That ball dropped down the back. That could have been better than Happy Holidays.
Oh, boy.
That could have been disastrous.
Tarrant and Barnes were both in the scrum there. 8th play coming on this drive. They started at their own 40-yard line, their best field position of the day. First and second down and 10. Got another quarterback, A.J. Blue. He calls his own number, and he gets diagnosed in the backfield by Mario Butler. A.J. Blue tossed a pass, made a couple of carries last week against East Carolina. It's a true freshman.
And I've seen this young man. I watched him out at Hargrave. I mean, play like a magician. At this point, I don't know if it was a wrong play. Yeah, I do know at the right time he knew to do it, just didn't have enough room.
Tar Heels 0 for 6 on third down conversions this afternoon. They've got a big one looking at them here, 3rd and 11. Down 10-0. Out of the shotgun, here's Yates.
Here they come.
Yates scrambles, looks for the end zone, has Boyd overthrown. Tar Heels will send a kicking unit on. They don't want to come up empty here. Rod Sweeting, a true freshman, in on the coverage in the end zone for the Yellow Jackets.
Poor Derek Morgan. He got his helmet ripped off of his. He's asking for some help. Oh, man.
Casey Barnes getting ready to kick from the left hash mark. It's going to be a 32-yard attempt. He's 4 for 6 on the season. His longest has been 40. Out of the hold of Trace Jones. Snap is there. Here comes the kick. It is dead ahead, wide to the right. He kicked it right down the right hash mark. Misses the field goal. The Tar Heels, on their best offensive series of the day, come up empty. Well, join us next Saturday at high noon as Virginia heads to Chapel Hill to take on North Carolina. Al Groh's Cavs have had a good deal of success against the Tar Heels over the last decade. But Carolina's looking to break that streak behind a dominating defense that we've seen glimpses of this afternoon. So plan on joining us next Saturday at noon. It's the Cavaliers and the Tar Heels from Chapel Hill beginning at 12 noon from Raycom Sports. 1st and 10 at the 20. Allen in motion, gets the toss around the corner. Horse collar tackle there made by E.J. Wilson right at the 21, gain of 1.
This is the biggest series of the ball game in my mind defensively, because Carolina now has got to come out here and try to take the game back. And Wilson has been going sideline to sideline like a madman all day. That's just not one play and done. Robert Quinn on the other side, Cam Thomas, Marvin Austin, they've been getting after it.
Stephen Hill is split wide out to one side. Demarius Bebe Thomas to the wide side of the field. And now we've got a whistle and a timeout taken by Georgia Tech with 1:33 left to play. So Georgia Tech with a timeout. They've got one left. We'll be back. Georgia Tech with the football now, 2nd down. And they have no more timeouts in this first half. That was their last one. Nesbitt on the keep. This is his best keep of the day. And Nesbitt dragged down by Denoris Searcy, but not before he got out to the 42-yard line after a 21-yard gain.
But you know, if you recall earlier, he was setting things up going inside. This time you see Quinn goes inside here. He goes inside because he had success earlier. This time, Josh keeps it and is able to go up and pick up a sizable gain.
1st and 10. Nesbitt with time down the middle of the field, and he wanted Anthony Allen incomplete. Deontay Williams bracketed him along with Searcy.
And Searcy can close, man. You talk about some closing speed. That Searcy made up some speed. I think the pass pro at that point is pretty nice. But you're going for broke, and you got to catch that. Ball is on your hands. You got to catch that. Anthony Allen is capable. That's good pass pro.
It's a pretty good ball by Josh Nesbitt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got to make the play. Got to make the play.
Nesbitt's 2 of 5, 21 yards. 2nd down and 10. Clock stopped with the incompleted pass at 1:04. That's Nesbitt on the keep, following Dwyer into the hole off left guard. And he gets up to the 47-yard line. A gain of about 5. Kennedy Tinsley.
Number 42, Robert Quinn.
They've squandered a couple of opportunities of good points on the board. If they could get in now, 3 would be decent. 7 would be near fatal, because then they can come out and sick the dogs after Carolina, who's going to obviously have to throw the ball. And if the rains come, checkmate.
Exactly. But lots of sun here right now.
Really bright at the beach.
Here's Nesbitt to Thomas. And Bebe's thrown out after the first down at the 45-yard line of North Carolina. Kendrick Burney on the tackle. And it's going to be a 6-yard gain.
Clock's still running. Ball's
They don't have a timeout.
He went out of bounds.
1st and 10.
Ball is saying they did. Side judge said he stayed in.
Wow, okay.
7 seconds when that play went off. Pass is complete out there to Orwin Smith, true freshman from Phoenix City, Alabama. And Paul Johnson continues to give it to the linesman. 6-yard gain. And he got out of bounds to stop the clock with 3 seconds left. And boy, Paul is furious.
Well, he ought to be. I mean, it looked like to me a simple catch and go out of bounds. You're talking about a game changer.
Paul's amazing. Look at his hands. Do you have any notes in his hands? You see anything sticking out of his pockets?
Don't need it.
He knows this offense.
Yeah, he doesn't need it.
He's going to take his headset off. He knows this is the last play of the half with 3 seconds left to go. He's also maintaining that it was the first down on that play, and the clock should have stopped anyway. Nesbitt to end the half. Hustle from behind. He's got a man open there. That's Hill. He stepped out of bounds, but time has run out at the 6-yard line. And boy, Paul Johnson heading right to Tom DeJoseph to ask about why the clock did not stop on the first down after the pass to Thomas.
I think some of this is also frustration over the first half. He's missed some opportunities. They've let some things stay.
Boy, Paul is really upset as he comes to the sidelines. His team up here 10-0 over the North Carolina Tar Heels. We've seen the Georgia Tech offense work at its best here today in the first quarter, sputter a bit in the second quarter. And let's go to the sidelines right now and Mike Hogwood.
All right. Thank you, Steve. Coach, what was going on out there with the officials?
The officials blew it. That's what was going on. You had a first down. They never stopped the clock.
Well, that's Paul Johnson, obviously anxious to get to the locker room, not happy with this 10-0 lead. Boy, you can feel the intensity of the Georgia Tech coach. We're at halftime here in Atlanta.
Number 17.
Owen Smith and Anthony Allen are back deep now for Georgia Tech on the kickoff. It'll be interesting to see here that we had momentum shifts as far as the two offenses were concerned. But, you know, one thing you have to make a point of is that Georgia Tech moved the ball downfield pretty quickly that last series. So maybe things are going a little bit better. I thought Josh Nesbitt got some excellent pass protection.
And got confidence.
Park on the kickoff. Owen Smith picks up the ground ball. Follows Anthony Allen out to the 20. Now on his own to the 29-yard line. Look at Johnny White. Let's watch 34 in blue.
Well, he's a superior special teams player. Covers punts, kickoffs, returns, and not afraid to throw his body in there.
Georgia Tech starts first and 10 at their own 29-yard line. There's Johnny White, who's bounced around from position to position, running back now wide receiver and kick return and special team specialist. Thomas is in the slot inside the shoulder of Stephen Hill on first and 10. Here comes the option, and it is Robert Quinn. First man there along with Cam Thomas.
I'll tell you what. If those tackles keep those shoulders square, watch him right here. See him down here at the bottom? Never turns his shoulders, stays square. Now watch this. Get penetration, they hold up, and then you're in a world of trouble. And once again, Robert Quinn in just for a little help.
Let's lay a hit on here. Second down and 11 now for Georgia Tech at their own 28. Again, Hill and Thomas come split wide to the wide side of the field. The toss comes to Dwyer. Block on the corner is good. Dwyer still moving and gets up to the 35, maybe the 36-yard line. Gain is 7 on the play. Kennedy Tinsley and Kendrick Burney on the stuff.
Well, Quinn's going to hit somebody on every play. This time, you get to hit. But you got to give the credit goes to Josh. He got rid of the football. It's clean. Great blocking out on the edge. That's all you can ask a wide receiver who's blocking on Bruce Carter, a linebacker. That's a heck of an assignment. Advantage there goes to the offense. They got the job done.
Well, Marcus Wright is the one who threw that block. Third down and 3. Georgia Tech leading here 10-0. Key third down on their first possession. Nesbitt with a hammer got hit once. Fumbles the ball. Who's got it? My goodness. It's going to be Georgia Tech ball.
Pulls it out. Again, it's contact. And the gentleman who we were talking about just a moment ago, trying to get in there and make a play, kind of disrupts things. So you're looking at Tinsley who gets in. Now the ball's dropped right there. It's clear.
Quinn hit it.
Yep. Doesn't surprise you, does it?
No, it doesn't. Brings up fourth down and about a yard. And Georgia Tech keeps their regular offense in there. They're not going to send the punter in. They've only had 2 plays of negative yardage today.
Yeah, well, this is this special. Paul, I mean, I like to call. You need one big play from maybe separating yourself in this ball game. It takes guts to be good. Man's full of, he got guts.
Hill wide to the right. Thomas to the left. Lone setback is Dwyer.
A non-rhythmic snap count right now is in order.
Yep.
You want to change things up and see if you can get Carolina to jump.
On the game clock, 12:50.
Early clock re-ratcheted. So Georgia Tech going for it on 4th down. On 4th down this season, they are 1 of 3. Oh, they drew Marvin Austin across.
Yeah.
Now, was he drawn across?
I don't know why Howard would move because he had him. See, now you change the steps.
Defense, number 9.
Yeah,
5
that's
yards.
right.
Results in the first down.
Hey, Marvin Austin's across from me. I moved too.
Yeah, well, you got to protect yourself. Yeah,
so out of my way.
That's why that's why, again, glory goes to those with guts. And Paul Johnson has guts. Because look where his defense would have been. They were playing well enough. He said, we got to go for it.
1st and 10. New set of downs for the Yellow Jackets at their own 42. Nesbitt reads but gets ridden down.
That was the wrong. That had to be going the wrong way.
Alaric Mullins.
You never really know what the wrong. You know
Who am I reading?
Yeah.
Only blue.
If that had worked, maybe Paul could have added that to the offense.
Yeah. Liberty Mutual scoreboard at the half. Whoa, South Florida with the lead there. ACC action getting off at the 3:30 hour. Kansas leading Southern Miss at the half. Indiana on to hand Michigan their first loss of the season. But they're at halftime. 2nd down. Nesbitt shot down immediately, and Mullins again for the 2nd straight play is all over the ball carrier.
Yeah, he is. And what you talked with Coach White is about that. They're going to hit the quarterback on every play. And that time, if you get beaten up, that was a little easier because it looks like Barrett inside just missed his man. You have to get a hat on every guy on the first layer. Then you let the quarterback option off the 2nd level. And if you get the toss, you block it with your wideouts, the band will start playing again.
Defensive coordinator Everett Withers calling a pretty good game here against the difficult offense to face, the spread of Paul Johnson's Yellow Jackets. Here comes Nesbitt. Throws the ball. A courageous throw and catch. Close to a first down to Thomas. Searcy on the stop.
Yeah, that's worthy of top plays. You see an X game here. Marvin comes outside. You see what big fella does. Marvin Austin misses. Quinn misses. He stays poised. You got Quinn and Austin one at a time. Stay poised. Look at the hands on the ball. Good operation. You need a guy to make a big play. That's it.
2 key plays. One on 4th down to draw North Carolina offsides. The other here on 3rd. The completion of 13 yards moves the chains again for the Ramblin' Wreck. And we got a whistle and a timeout call by North Carolina to talk things over. And we'll take it with them with 10:32 left to go in this 3rd quarter. Skies darken at Atlanta, but the suspense lingers. Georgia Tech up 10-0. Well, the score is 10-0 Georgia Tech over North Carolina. North Carolina's Butch Davis has just challenged the spot of that pass completion to Bebe Thomas. Now you can see clearly at the top he needs to get to the 47, and he's down just barely over the 49-yard line. He has to crawl ahead to get to the 47. He challenged the spot, and after review they found that he did not get it.
That was a good challenge.
Okay, they say he did not challenge. It is now an official review, and so he doesn't lose a challenge or a timeout.
Good. We were wondering a bit.
Yes. I mean, it's a great ball. Great pass-catch combination. Another 4th down here that Georgia Tech finds himself in. 4th and less than a yard. At midfield. Nesbitt goes straight ahead. He gets it. Like we said, Georgia Tech has had only 2 plays all day of negative yards. So there's a lot of evidence that they'll get it. And Paul Johnson feels pretty good about the way his offense is run.
Yeah, he likes it, but he also knows he left points off the board.
1st and 10 from the 46.
Well, you can atone for it here. Wind's starting to pick up. Sky's starting to darken. And the rains that we thought would get here by 2 o'clock Eastern, they may be on our doorstep. 1st and 10. Here comes Nesbitt, and again, Cam Thomas makes a heck of a play to nail him right there for very little gain, if any, maybe a yard.
How many teams have a defensive lineman in the top 5 in tackles?
That doesn't happen. Usually the linemen are funneling to the linebacker.
Yeah, there you go.
You don't want the DBs to get any tackle.
Oh, no.
Got a man down here for Georgia Tech. They can't afford many injuries here. They've had some people down. Looks like that's going to be the center, Sean Badford.
Boy, he's had a whale of a ball game. Let's watch him right in the middle of your screen, going to the right. Oh, he could just got jammed. That's get jammed. That's taking on a block well. Powell, man. Another sophomore for Carolina.
Tydreek Powell. And we're going to take a break as Sean Bedford gets up.
We got Stinger. Think of the Stinger leg.
Timeout on the field. Georgia Tech up 10-0 on North Carolina. We are back here at Grant Field, Bobby Dodd Stadium. This is the 9th play of the drive. Started at the 29-yard line. They've converted 4th downs on 2 occasions in this drive.
New center, Dan Voss in.
Yep, Voss in for the injured Sean Bedford. Here comes Anthony Allen turning the corner, and he finds that quite difficult. Looks like that's Quan Sturtevant. No, it's going to be Wilson. E.J. Wilson.
He didn't quite get out to where his friends were trying to help him block. Right? Jones was out wide, but he kind of cut it in a little too soon.
There's Anthony Allen, the transfer from Louisville. 9:03 left to go in this 3rd quarter. Our 1st and 10 line brought to you by CPI Security. See how CPI can protect your home and family at CPIsecurity.com. 3rd down and 6, and a long 6 for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Handoff deep comes now to Dwyer. He gets 6 and more. He might be headed for 6. Down to the end zone. He is knocked out at the 3-yard line. A 39-yard scamper by Jonathan Dwyer, the Diesel.
Gordon Howard, the big one up front, makes it happen. Great design. Like the play. Offside blocking well by Uzi. There you see Howard right there with the block. And if you give the Diesel some room, he can rumble.
Full steam ahead, they say, here at Georgia Tech. And Jonathan Dwyer leads the way. The D train takes it down to the 3.5-yard line. 1st and goal. Allen, Cox, and Dwyer with Nesbitt in the backfield. This is Dwyer on the pitch. And Dwyer escapes 1 tackle, but is nailed by Kendrick Burney at the 6-yard line.
Maybe that's the second negative play they've had all day long.
Not many for this offense. Dwyer comes to the sideline. He already crossed the 2,000-yard mark today. He's got 124. And let's see, in the red zone, 3 times today. They've had a field goal and a touchdown. That's a look at our O'Reilly Auto Parts red zone. Better parts, better prices every day. Nesbitt. Oh, and he is drilled by Austin and also Kendrick Burney. And again, North Carolina tightens up on defense inside the red zone.
Well, they're just flat out nasty down here. They're not giving up a lot of gaps. They're chasing. There you see Austin 9. Burney comes in and see the big fella going down the line in 3 bills plus. And that's before the weigh-in.
Tar Heels have given up a touchdown and a field goal out of the red zone here today, but they've denied Georgia Tech on a missed field goal earlier as well.
They walked in with the toss.
Here's Nesbitt. Nesbitt sneaks outside. There's nothing on the corner, and he's pushed out of bounds there. Again, Kendrick Burney has been outstanding. Kennedy Tinsley in on the play as well.
Well, he's a special player, number 16 in the cornerback position. You watch it. So you see Quinn. He comes in, still fight, forces him to arc, and see the blue shirts flying to the football. This is what they've done since kickoff.
Here comes Scott Blair on for the field goal attempt. His 3rd of the day. He's 1 for 2. This one from 22 yards out on the left half. And now we got a whistle. And a flag thrown into the play here.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
T.J. Barnes on the false start. He's the guard standing next to the center. And that pushes it back and makes it a 27-yard field goal attempt.
Don't forget Bedford was hurt, so when you get one lineman down, you bring in a new guy, that could happen.
Blair now kicking into a wind here a little bit. Here comes the kick. And it is low and wide left. North Carolina holds again. The second missed field goal of the day for Scott Blair. Seemed to knuckle that one right off the hold. Score still 10-0. Georgia Tech back after this word from your local station. All right, 1st and 10. Tar Heels with the ball at their own 20 after a missed Scott Blair field goal attempt for 27 yards. T.J. Yates, short drop. Pass complete to Highsmith. And he's close to the 1st down marker. They're marking out of bounds at the 32. Move the chains again. It's a 12-yard gain. Rashard Reed in on the tackle.
And this is why when you have T.J. Yates on your team, you're only down by 10, you got to fight James. I mean, that's just stealing. 12 yards there, pitch and catch. What they've got to do is just be consistent.
Yates 4 of 12. 48 yards in this game so far. A lot of it coming on one pass to Eric Highsmith of about 30 yards.
Oh, and Derek Morgan, you better put a hat on him.
Pass out to the flats to Ford is complete. The true freshman will haul down by Mario Butler, who's played one heck of a game here for Georgia Tech. This should be a well-rested Georgia Tech defense because they've been on the bench for 8 minutes and 43 seconds watching their offense grind it out.
That's true.
Here's what the first half possessions for North Carolina. 4 3 and outs. Then they fumbled on their first extended drive and missed a field goal of 32 yards. Handoff drawn on the draw. Turns the corner, runs into Morgan Burnett. And he gets a little bit of running room out to the 38-yard line.
It's not a bad run.
No, not bad at all.
It really is. Derek Morgan took an inside slant. They were able to secure him, get around the corner. And
Gain of 6 on the play, makes it 3rd down and 4. North Carolina 0 of 7 in the first half. This is their first possession of the second half. Out of the shotgun. Tar Heels change up a little bit. There's the snap. The handoff to Drawn. There's nowhere to go, and he's short of the 1st down at the 41-yard line. Gain of 3. Derek Morgan on the tackle.
I'd sure like to know what he changed out of, because that little out route he had gave him 12 yards untouched. This is tough. This is the man that you have to keep your eye on. I tell you what, it's good watching good football players. One thing you notice about them, they never quit. Whether they're in the play or out of the play, they never quit.
Brad Shalleck in to kick the punt. Gets a lot of air into this one. Tarrant will try to return. There's no return there. A 45-yard punt, a 2-yard return. And that Georgia Tech on 1st down gained minus 1.3 yards versus 6.8 in the first half.
And that's why stats are misleading.
That's right.
Can I get to Mike Hogwood if I go to Raycon back?
You can get to him immediately. Nesbitt straight drop back. You see this very seldom. He gets hit as he throws. Out there, it's a jump ball. Stephen Hill, the intended receiver. And let's go to the sidelines where Mike Hogwood has the latest on Georgia Tech center Sean Bedford.
Steve, the word on him is he just had a really bad cramp, but I know in his career Doc may have had 1 or 2 of those. Sometimes that'll keep you out for a while. I mean, that really is painful, but it's a bad cramp for the Georgia Tech center.
It's good news for him. Good news for him. I guarantee you this. He's played well, and he's up against 2 premium tackles in Austin and Thomas.
You're seeing them in his sleep tonight.
Yeah, and their backup, Powell and Mullen, also quality.
Second and 10, handoff, and a function or malfunction at the junction. Yeah, where Dwyer got the ball and just ran into 3 blue jerseys. Copels is there, along with Michael McAdoo, sophomore from Antioch, Tennessee.
It almost looks strange because we know so seldom do we see Georgia Tech's offense stopped.
That's right.
With this frequency.
And, you know,
take it away to die.
And Paul's been talking all week. He said, you know, we get stopped one game or beaten like Miami, and everybody questions the validity of this offense.
Yeah, well, now they're 4 of 11 here on 3rd down, so we didn't make that up.
3rd down and 11. But this offense has churned the game's only touchdown of the day. Here comes Nesbitt out in the flats, and he is chased down to the 17-yard line. Stays inbound. That keeps the clock moving here.
Made his decision a little late, maybe nicked up. He didn't look healthy.
Kennedy Tinsley's played a heck of a ball game.
Yeah, but I've seen Josh does not seem to be at full strength. There's a gear. He has another gear, and I haven't seen it here in the second half.
Now 4th down coming, and Chandler Anderson is in to punt the ball away. Anderson in the first half hit punts of 48 and 46 yards. This is his first punt of the day, and only the second 3 and out for Georgia Tech. Wow. Not a good one off. Calling for the fair catch is Cersei at the 37. It's a 46-yard punt and no return for North Carolina. Let's take a look around the ACC. It's presented by John Deere. The schedule today and some of the games in progress. There's only one ACC game in progress right now. Now 2 as Wake and Boston College are underway. South Florida still leading FSU in the 3rd quarter. And of course, big non-conference game, Texas Christian at Clemson, Rutgers at Maryland, Miami at Virginia Tech, Pittsburgh, another Big East team at NC State, and NC Central at Duke for the Battle of Durham. 1st and 10, North Carolina. Not bad field position at their own 37. Play action for TJ Yates. Out there in the flats, the pass picked off. Morgan Burnett. Greg Little brings him down. Morgan Burnett with the 12th interception of his career.
Boy, was he smart to secure that ball. He knew those Tar Heels would be coming after trying to rip it apart. They rolled out TJ Yates, and I'll tell you why this breaks down. Pretty good pass protection. Good block inside. You took care of Morgan. Yeah, you're leading a kid who, you know, you got 2 young guys out there at receiver, and he stops on the route. And that's the problem with young kids. You know, he's going to be a freshman, and he can't do nothing about that. But he quit on the route. That's the 2nd time now one of the youngsters has quit on the route, and it kills your quarterback.
2nd turnover for North Carolina of the day, and the 2nd time they've set Georgia Tech up in Tar Heel territory. This one at the 38. Nesbitt on the keep, follows Allen, nice block. Straight ahead, and he gets to the 29-yard line.
There's that gear.
Bruce Carter with the tackle, and the rains now start to fall here in Atlanta. Almost on cue.
Well, the meteorologist is pretty good, aren't you?
You say 2 o'clock?
He said 2:20? Pretty good.
2:20, not bad. Eastern time. 2nd down and a yard, and the weather will continue to grow as a factor as this game churns on. 2nd and about a foot. And getting that foot and about 4 other yards with it is Josh Nesbitt down to the 25-yard line. Let's go to the sidelines and Mike Hogwood.
Steve, you talked about it, Q. You mentioned the rain. It was almost amazing. As soon as Morgan Burnett intercepted that pass, and I mean, when he caught it, the rain started. Like it was almost like he said, I got the ball, cue the rain.
Well, I'll tell you what. Temperature 77. It's very humid, and obviously we've got rain in the forecast for the balance of the afternoon. Handoff comes to Dwyer. And Dwyer churning up close to 160 yards here this afternoon. This Georgia Tech spread offense is working. And they haven't been very good in the red zone so far today, and they're approaching it just a yard and a half outside of it.
Well, when you average 243 yards per game on the ground, you got to be good in every area of running. They can run inside, outside.
Yep.
I mean, they show them the draw, nice little wrinkles.
You know, and Paul says, hey, the defenses we've been facing lately haven't been too bad either.
Better believe that.
He's facing another good one today. Here's Nesbitt on the keeper. Ahead to about the 16. He is close to the first down, and we are close to the end of the third quarter. Tydreek Powell. North Carolina has had the ball four plays in this third quarter. The rest of the possession has gone to Georgia Tech. They have no points to show for all that, but they still have the ball, and they have something pending here on third down and inches.
I'll continue to believe that if you're Carolina, you're still in this. Now, you got to get somebody to make a play offensively. But Georgia Tech has allowed you to hang around way too long.
We have finished three quarters. The fourth quarter's coming up. As the weather starts to get wet, the action starts to heat up here at historic Grant Field at Bobby Dodd Stadium in Atlanta. Georgia Tech 10, North Carolina nothing after 3. Well, the rain has started to fall in earnest here in Atlanta, and it will provide the backdrop for this fourth quarter, which is just about ready to get underway. Steve Martin here along with Rick Doc Walker and Mike Hogwood. Third down and inches for Georgia Tech. Straight ahead.
Number 9.
And pushing ahead is Josh Nesbitt, who gets it all the way down to about the 7, maybe the 8-yard line.
Yeah, if you recall, that first 4th and 1 they had. They ran the sneak. They ran the sneak with quite effectively today.
Looking to turn a interception by Morgan Burnett into points.
First and goal from the 9.
First and goal from the 9-yard line. Nesbitt under center. Dwyer in the A-back position. Lucas Cox and Anthony Allen are on the wings. It's Cox in motion. He got the pitch. Allen got a hold of one guy, but here comes Carter leading a field of blue shirts that tackles, and now we have a late flag thrown in.
This will be interesting. Tech better hope it's not against them. They do not need to go in reverse here in the red zone.
It's going to be against North Carolina.
They're going for the ball. Okay, it looked like Powell came in and attacked the lineman at the end right about there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can't go in and bolo a guy like that from
Late
behind.
hit. 91 in the defense. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
It's Tydreek Powell, and that'll set Georgia Tech up first and goal between the 3- and 4-yard line.
The easiest way to get a concussion to have somebody run and hit you from behind. You don't see it. The arm not coming. That was classless.
Challenge supreme to the North Carolina defense right here. Georgia Tech wanting to push this one in. Here comes Nesbitt, and he is stopped at the 1. And it is Quan Sturdivant on the tackle. Second and goal coming up for Georgia Tech. Here's our Progress Energy progress report. Stats through 3 quarters of play. Georgia Tech still dominates in rushing yards and total yards and in time of possession. Second and goal from the 1.5. Nesbitt calls his own number. He looks like he's in. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
Right, he's so adept at finding the hole. I mean, he turns the quarterback sneak into several options. He can actually go all the way anywhere he wants to go. Now watch the penetration, the eyes he sees, finds it, gets low, and he's a great running back.
Look at Jonathan Dwyer. The D-train, the Diesel said, I could take that play off.
Yeah, that's what he's happy about. I don't have to get hit.
Matt Blair for the point after. Kick is up, and it is good. Georgia Tech with their 10-point off turnovers, turning Morgan Burnett's interception into 7. A Josh Nesbitt 1-yard gain. Georgia Tech to kick off after the Josh Nesbitt touchdown run of 1 yard that capped an 8-play drive after the North Carolina turnover. Morgan Burnett pass interception, the 12th of his career. Scott Blair to kick it off. Johnny White chases this one, went out of bounds again. And it'll send it out to the 40. That's the second time that has happened this afternoon to Georgia Tech. So North Carolina will get the ball at the 40-yard line on this penalty. They've only had the ball 5 plays this whole second half. Tom to Joseph, looking at the yard mark, and he'll make the call.
Free kick out of bounds. Places the ball at the 40-yard line. First down.
Well, we've got weather within the vicinity of Bobby Dodd Stadium. There you see it pending toward the southeast in the center of the city. We have had lightning strikes and a severe thunderstorm within 10 miles. If it gets within 6 miles, then we will have a lightning delay. Back to throw, T.J. Yates. Pass is complete. Greg Little tries to reverse direction. Julian Burnett is going to chase him out of bounds at the Georgia Tech 49-yard line. It's an 11-yard gain, good for a first down.
Well, Greg Little's played some running back. I mean, he's a guy who can do a lot of things for you. Good routes. He goes through the ball's right on stride. He didn't have to break down. Right on the numbers. Good operation.
That's their 4th first down of the game and the first of the second half for the North Carolina Tar Heels. We trail here 17-0. Yates to throw. Pass incomplete. Intended for Little with Burnett in the area. And Mario Butler. Here's T.J. Yates on the day, 6 of 16, 59 yards. He's had to deal with some pressure from time to time, although on that last play he had some pretty good pass protection.
Well, he had rotten field position for an entire half.
Exactly. And when he had no field position in the third quarter. Back to throw again. Pass to the flats. It is complete. Highsmith. He gets out to the 40-yard line. It's going to be shy of the first down on an 8-yard gain. Let's go to the sidelines and Mike Hogwood.
Well, Morgan Burnett's already had a big play today for Georgia Tech. I had a chance to ask him. I said, okay, what's the significance with number 1? He says, when I first started playing football at 6 years old, they gave me number 1. I've been wearing it ever since. He was a quarterback, a safety, or cornerback in high school. And number 1, he says, is my number. And I was able to get it when I came to Georgia Tech.
Now, number 1 would be significant for North Carolina right here, Mike, because this could be their first third down conversion. They are 0 for 8 coming to this point. Trail 17-10-0. Yates to roll out. Yates going long, has Highsmith deep. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
He can do it. He can flat out do it. And, you know, Tar Heel fans are probably saying, what took them so long? Well, they had set it up, throw the outs, which they had, but they couldn't keep possession. 40 yards, they make it look easy. Here you see a stack formation, and you'll watch this where Little goes in, he takes the corner route, and Morgan got caught short. The kid went out and got it.
Casey Barth on to kick the point after. And North Carolina's on the board. We got a whistle, however. Stoppage of play here. And they're going to review this play.
They can review it with a telescope if they like. I mean, that touchdown.
Eric Highsmith, who had an excellent week a week ago against East Carolina. He had 6 receptions, 113 yards, and a touchdown. This one's a 40.
Hands on it. Okay. Falls, bobbles, holds it. Ball never touched the ground out.
Never did.
Secured it completely. Learn from it. Wasn't a mistake the last time. It was a great effort on his part.
And he had 2 defenders in his way. That.
Oh, yeah. No. Eric.
After further review, video confirms the call on the field. Touchdown.
So Eric Highsmith has his 2nd touchdown of the year. Butch Davis now can see his team draw closer here, 17-6, and now Casey Barth will try to add the point after. T.J. Yates up to close to 100 yards now, passing with that last series. A 40-yarder to Eric Highsmith. Barth's kick is good, and the Tar Heels now just 10 back. Those 10 given up to turnovers. A fumble in the first half, a pass interception in the second. The Tar Heels are on the board here in the 4th. Tar Heels, 4 plays, 60 yards, the last 40. Aerial from T.J. Yates to Eric Highsmith. And that puts the Tar Heels on the board. They still trail by 10. We have plenty of time left. 12 and a half to play here in this key Coastal Division battle in the ACC. Georgia Tech's already dropped the Coastal Division game to Miami. They can't afford another one. Allen smothered at about the 23-yard line. 6-yard return.
Number 18, Anthony Allen on the return.
Anthony Elsie on the carry. This is Georgia Tech's last drive. Morgan Burnett, of course, with the interception. Josh Nesbitt, 6 carries on the drive, including the last one from 1 yard out. And they cashed in on the turnover. 17-7 the score. North Carolina has scored since then.
First and 10, Georgia Tech.
Now Georgia Tech is at the 24-yard line. First and 10. Allen in motion. The dive play goes to Dwyer, and he gets up over the 30-yard line to about the 32. Kennedy Tinsley. This is where Georgia Tech can eat some clock.
Well, you talk about it being well rested. That's blocked well is simple. I mean, you can pick up yardage like that, keep the clock going. This is a vital drive for them, not to turn it over and to, keep that sidelines over there blue kind of at bay.
Second down and 3.
Dwyer with 133 yards on the day. Handoff to Dwyer again, has the first down. Juan Sturdivant leads a host of tacklers along with Kennedy Tinsley. And speaking of Juan Sturdivant, he's our Polaris hardest working player of the week. 22 tackles so far this season coming into today's game. He's made a bunch of them here today. 5 for loss. Sturdivant, a junior from Oakboro, North Carolina, and at West Stanley High School. Most of the bad weather seems to be to the north of Bobby Dodd Stadium here in Atlanta, and the sky's starting to brighten a bit. The rain is slackened off. Here's Nesbitt. Gets away from a tackle. Edges way up and surges ahead of the 45-yard line.
What a run.
Burney and Brown in on the tackle for North Carolina.
There are weeks you can get away with things. This is not one of them because Carolina has been coming the whole way. Howard with a nice block on Austin. There's a spin move, and the blue shirts, they continue to come. That's great athletic play.
Nesbitt now is closing in on the century mark. He's 20 yards away at 80. Plus, he's got a touchdown on the afternoon. Zach Fisher and Stephen Hill split wide to the top side. Orwin Smith is the wing or the A-back. To the right is Ronnie Jones. The pitch to Jones in motion. Wilson slows him down and gets him down. E.J. Wilson, the senior from Emporia, Virginia, gets a loss of 3.
And he didn't get that face mask. I was worried. I thought, is he going to get out there and extend them hands? Almost, but he doesn't. That's a great job. And again, E.J. Wilson has had a fine football game. I thought he almost got it, but he didn't. Almost.
Third down coming at 6 for Georgia Tech. Yellow Jackets lead here 17-7. First down here would be very good for them. On the pitch. Comes to Ronnie Jones. Turns the corner. And depending where he's marked, he's at midfield. And it looks like a first down for Georgia Tech on an 8-yard gain.
Well, we talked about the A blocks, A back in his blocks. Irwin Smith, 17, the bottom of the screen. He made the difference maker. You don't get a great chance to see it. Let's watch him right there. 17, little Nick. Not a lot. That's the beauty about the little guys. They don't have to be a bolo block. All you got to do is shade. Take a guy away for a moment.
What's the difference between shade and engagement?
Well, engagement is engagement. Shading is shading.
Okay. And off to Dwyer. And Dwyer pushes ahead to the 45-yard line. Mullins and Copels in on the tackle for North Carolina, but important clock time running down here for Georgia Tech. And Florida State's on the board. Boston College up 10-0 on Wake Forest in the first half. LSU leading Mississippi State. Cincinnati, a team nobody really has talked about, but they're pretty doggone good. They're leading Fresno.
Yes, they are.
Kansas in the lead. Indiana in the third, up 5 on Michigan. Connecticut punishing Rhode Island. Jonathan Dwyer comes to the sidelines. That's our Liberty Mutual scoreboard.
Connecticut's a pretty good football team. At UNC, that was a big win. This appears to be equipment related. That time, once again, here's Mullins again. They've had more, and look at him. No helmet going after him.
Comes Nesbitt, and Nesbitt fall down. In on the play there is going to be Alaric Mullins and Kevin Reddick. Reddick, a true freshman out of New Bern, North Carolina.
We love that
Dwyer.
place. We love New Bern.
Looked at.
Home of champions, the Bears.
18 carries, 147 yards. This broadcast is a copyright presentation of the Atlantic Coast Conference. Any use of this broadcast without the permission of the Atlantic Coast Conference and Raycom Sports is prohibited. Skies darkening in Atlanta, but mostly to the north of the field. To the south, it's okay. The rain, which came hard, has stopped, and now we have a timeout taken by Georgia Tech with 8:07 left to go here in the fourth quarter. An important third down facing the Yellow Jackets. When we come back, they lead North Carolina 17-7. I was there at 10:25.
Oh, man. Couldn't even bring me one.
Third down and 5 coming up now for Georgia Tech. North Carolina showing blitz. Here comes Nesbitt. Nesbitt surges ahead, and that second effort gets him the first down.
Yeah, he's special. I mean, you can draw that up. With 50 quarterbacks, 49 of them will fail. But not Josh Nesbitt. Now watch this. He got a little help from his friends. Little bit of a block. I'm going to call that a block. I'm going to call that engagement by Jonathan Dwyer.
Speaking of Jonathan Dwyer, with more on him, here's Mike Hogwood.
Obviously, he's been back in the game. The story is a contact lens. It got knocked out. He couldn't see. That's why he had to come out of the game.
Well, that's a pretty good reason. Hand off inside. This is Marcus Wright. He slices into the hole there and gets a little bit of running room up to the 35-yard line. Quentin Copel's in on the tackle.
See, now they're working on Big Ben, that clock.
Yep.
So they don't have to necessarily score early, but now it's like getting hit with a blunt instrument. They just keep hitting you and keep hitting you. And Carolina's not got to go and struggle the strips, which negates your technique on tackling. And you'll see a guy that may break one now because they're going for the ball, not the body.
10th play of the drive, working into the 5th minute of possession here for Georgia Tech. Here's Nesbitt. Nesbitt, not much there. Zach Brown, the first of 3 Tar Heels, along with Michael McAdoo to get there. One of the few plays of lost yardage, and let's watch Zach Brown.
Well, Zach, when you play next to Quint, boy, he comes inside. Yeah, that's not going to get it. But Voss tried to get a little shoulder block on him. Kid is extremely athletic, makes it down the line. But they need the football. North Carolina needs possession, and they need it now.
Big third down coming. There's Everett Withers. See the top of his head. He's the defensive coordinator for the Tar Heels. Georgia Tech 7 of 15 on third down. To throw. Nesbitt complete to Allen. And he's got the first down. They'll mark him out at the 27-yard line. He needed a 29. It's a 10-yard gain. Move the sticks for the Yellow Jackets.
Anthony Allen is a baller. And he's a bright guy. Because if he turns outside, he goes out of bounds. He turns inside, gets the distance, and keeps Big Ben ticking.
Scored 20 touchdowns when he played for Louisville. Has 3 now for the Yellow Jackets. Big third down conversion. It's 1st and 10. Georgia Tech at the North Carolina 27-yard line. Tar Heels may not see this ball again. Pitch to Roddy Jones. On the corner, and he's hit. Gets ahead. Kendrick Burney on a nice stop. He gets down to the 23-yard line.
Stephen Hill, pardon me, had a perfect no-hitter block. And you can't do that when you're going up against the likes of Burney and Brown. You got to at least engage. He had a perfect no-hitter.
Roddy Jones got the first score of this game on Georgia Tech's first drive of the day. A very impressive one.
Well, Bebe's been a little quiet today.
Their third down distances haven't been too bad, so he's not going to get too many calls. Here comes Nesbitt straight ahead. And again, Tyreek Powell and McAdoo make the tackle, but Georgia Tech eating up precious time, and now North Carolina will take the first of their 3 timeouts with 5 minutes left to go. They'll stay here with them.
Looks like they're playing a little 4 corners against Carolina.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. School where it was invented.
Dean Smith.
All right. right, be sure to check out our raycomsports.com every Wednesday for the ACC road trip as Tommy Kane gives us an inside look at what's happening on and off the field. And on Thursday, Bill Rosinski's opening drive provides an inside exclusive look at ACC football with highlights and more. That's all on raycomsports.com.
Take Tommy Kane with the broadcast crew one week, see if he can hang.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
Go to Tallahassee.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go to the sidelines and Mike Hogwood.
Steve, Josh Nesbitt is absolutely exhausted. He's had his hands on his hip. He had his helmet off. He has no backup in this game. J-Ball Shaw is still out with an injury. Won't be eligible to practice until Monday. But this is one tired quarterback for Tech right now.
Only true freshman and redshirt freshman behind him. Paul Johnson's got to stay with this guy. Here comes Jonathan Dwyer to help out, and he's carrying Zachlis with him. The Diesel shoves his way to the 11-yard line.
Look at the Diesel. See, this is where you got to play smart at this point.
And we got a flag down on the play.
Charles
12-yard gain.
First of all, when you weigh 205, you don't go push a guy that weighs 305. That's the first error in judgment. I mean, this is where you go. The great ones. I mean, I got a chance to play with a great one called the Diesel, John Riggins. And at this time of the game is when Big John was his best. And that's what Jonathan's showing you right now.
Well, that's full steam ahead. And then after the play.
Now watch this. See?
Yep. Ward Howard and.
Yeah, well, Charles, you don't pick on a guy that much bigger than you. You're not going to win this.
Let's see how they sort this out.
Anthony Allen will end up getting penalized because he extended the arm, but
They're offsetting. Dead ball foul. 78, White. Excuse me, 71, White.
That's Cord Howard.
And 48, Blue. The foul's offset. Dead ball. First down.
That's Kevin Riddick.
and it wasn't Kevin Riddick, it was Charles Brown. Yeah, I did. That's right.
Look at the time of possession this half. North Carolina has had the ball offensively 9 plays.
Yeah, but because they have a quarterback in T.J. Yates and some guys that can stretch, they could have made the best of it. They failed to do it. But they had the ingredients to kind of hang closeness, give the defense a chance.
Rain coming back into the picture again with 4:38 to play. First down. Here's Nesbitt inside the 10. Down to about the 8-yard line. North Carolina's got 2 timeouts remaining. They took one at the 5-minute mark. They'll take another here. Second charge timeout of the second half. Tydreek Powell on the tackle. These are young teams that we see out here on the field this afternoon, and our Chick-fil-A nugget of the game kind of addresses that. The NCAA fewest seniors on the roster. Boise State leads the way with only 4. And are they good? And look at Duke with 9, and Georgia Tech and North Carolina with 10 and 11 respectively. It's the youngins out there, and we see it a lot in the North Carolina offensive line. We've seen it somewhat in Georgia Tech's offensive setup, especially in their skill positions. As you look at our Liberty Mutual scoreboard, Mississippi State making a game of it.
Yeah, well, you can have how many you have on the roster, but what's important is how many of them start.
Exactly.
I mean, if they're on the roster, that's irrelevant. How many of them start and they can play in the game? Well, that's what you need to know. And if you don't know that, I'd rather have a freshman or sophomore in the game. All ties to me would go to the young guy.
Temple leading Buffalo. If you look at the Liberty Mutual scoreboard, 16th play of the drive coming. They've eaten almost 8 yards up. Here comes Nesbitt, and he is horse-collared there by Quinn and driven back. And Nesbitt looks like he's hurt.
Yeah, well, this is what's going to happen because as Mike Hogwood mentioned, I told you the kid has lost a gear. There's something wrong. And so he's not going 100. I mean, he can't go. He got to reserve himself.
Now, this is a.
So he should either hand the ball off, which this time maybe he missed the handoff. But now he's being abused. Well, see, that's just an awkward way to use it. You're better off just taking a knee.
North Carolina calls its final timeout here with 4:16, and the skies all of a sudden darken here at Georgia Tech. And you can see this solid rain. It's going to come in here pretty consistently for the latter part of the afternoon. But we have 4 minutes and 16 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter here. Georgia Tech leading 17-7. That timeout may be a little bit of help to Josh Nesbitt.
You can see Coach just told him hang in there. How'd you like to have a 3:30 kick with this weather condition? You can have that one.
Yeah, that won't be fun at all. This game is about 4 minutes and 16 seconds from being over here. And this drive, which is now entering its 17th play, chewing up 8 minutes on the clock. Nesbitt in the air, 7 of 11. On the ground, 87 yards and a touchdown. It's been a good day for Josh Nesbitt. Got Dwyer in back of him on third down. Going to carry himself. Big block by Anthony Allen. Touchdown, Josh Nesbitt. A 10-yard run by Josh Nesbitt, his second of the day.
Well, you got a flag. Can't wait to hear this one. I mean, the guy celebrating the touchdown, who's played his guts out, gets a big block. 2 good blocks. Gilbert in there with a nice block. He gets in. Oh, salute.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, the call for celebration in the end zone, but Josh Nesbitt has done his job today.
Yeah, I'd have to take that one. If you.
Paul Johnson asked him, said, just hang in there, give me some more time, and he did. Got a new kicker in the ball game now. Point after kick is good.
Right down the middle.
And kick made by Orwin Smith. What was it? Josh Nesbitt joins a group of very talented rushing quarterbacks through the years. Joe Hamilton, of course, one of them. Reggie Ball here at Georgia Tech, who just completed his reign here about 4 years ago. And, of course, Josh Nesbitt with 1,245 career yards, and he's had a couple of touchdowns today. The kicker is Chris Tanner, who is a redshirt freshman from Norcross, Georgia, so he got the point after.
This is just the second season for him in this offense.
That's true. Let's talk a little bit more, because he wasn't a Paul Johnson recruit. He was in here under Chan Gailey, and they were playing more of a pro-style offense. And so he's kind of had to re-ratchet himself.
Right. Can you imagine?
And the rains are now really coming down here in Atlanta.
He's got 97 yards on the ground, so he may end up at the century mark as well.
Along with Jonathan Dwyer, who's already there. Now, for those who question the effectiveness of this offense, I think Paul Johnson's team's come up with an answer today.
Well, they haven't played him. I mean, Miami played him well, and Dwyer was out of that game for a long time, and they didn't block well. And Miami just beat him. But I haven't seen anybody do that to him.
Tanner with the kick. It's a short one picked up by Johnny White at the 27. And White surges ahead and gets plowed down, led by Lucas Cox. And marked it up to the 47-yard line. Our principal financial group ends of the game. Georgia Tech, 14 points over turnovers today. 2 North Carolina turnovers.
Well, don't be misled now. Carolina can score in 2 plays. They have that. That's the kind of offense they have because of their quarterback and the skill they have on the edge. The question is, can they protect?
Driving rainstorm faces T.J. Yates here. Active throw, the pass incomplete, intended for Sean Braun. That stops the clock. North Carolina out of timeouts at the 3:59 mark. Makes it 2nd down and 10.
They rolled out earlier, really on the interception, but that was pilot error. Receiver quit on it. He's had people open.
Yates 8 of 19, 108 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Has some time, fires complete to Little. And Little chased out of bounds there by Cedric Griffin. Gain of 14 on the play, got out of bounds, stops the clock with 3:53 left.
Yeah, Coach Shoop is trying to help his offensive line, so he's allowing them to butt and cut at the line of scrimmage and then give his quarterback 3-step drop responsibilities to get rid of the ball, because you have to account for Derek Morgan.
T.J. Yates back at work, open backfield as you would expect in this situation. Down here, 24-7. This could be a very important Georgia Tech win. Morgan is in on Yates, and he, along with Eboue, sandwiched T.J. Yates for the sack.
Yeah, well, the problem with the button cut is that if you don't cut him, then you're in trouble. Now, a couple plays, he did it. See, there's a button cut, but he missed. You can't miss. Your quarterback's on limited time. Eboue, he's there as well. Both ends. Look at the pocket up front. The pressure pocket was defended well.
Second down. Loss of 8 on the sack. The pass is complete. This is Highsmith. It's been one of the bright spots for North Carolina this afternoon. He's out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Durant checks him there.
Yeah, Highsmith, I like Boyd. I mean, I like them all. They're very, very talented. But there's no substitute for youth and experience. You can't close the cushion.
Gain of 10 makes it 3rd down and 8. North Carolina down 24-7. Pass complete. Highsmith, but short of the first down. Needed the 30. He's down at the 31. That doesn't bring up 4th down and 1.
He's got to get that. He's real casual on the route. He's got to know where the sticks are.
And the rain is a torrent here at Georgia Tech. 2:21 left to play. 4th down and 1 for North Carolina. They're down 24-7.
Can we officially call this home field advantage?
Elsie in motion. Play action for Yates. Back to throw. He wants Elsie long. No. And a flag on the play. Mario Butler was covering the junior from Jacksonville, Florida.
Good call. Good call. I mean, the way the rules dictate it now, he does look back. I'll give Butler a lot of credit. He looks back for it. A lot of guys don't. He looked back, put his hand up. I mean, the ball's in the air is supposed to be equal opportunity.
It's an automatic first down for the Tar Heels, and let's see where they spot the ball now. It's going to be at the 19, actually the 16-yard line of Georgia Tech.
And the infraction was?
Interference.
On who?
Mario Butler.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Good. Man, he has a right at the ball. I didn't see that one.
But it was before he got there.
Okay. I said I didn't see it. Doesn't mean it didn't happen.
T.J. Yates steps up, fires pass to Eric Highsmith, and it was overthrown. Butler covering on the play again. The incompletion stops the clock at 1:54.
That's why coaches earn every dollar they get. Because both of these guys are going to go by and look at opportunities that they both had. And Carolina just, they had opportunities.
Second down and 10. Ball on the 16 of Georgia Tech. Ramblin' Wreck leading here 24-7. Here's Yates, steps up, fires, no. Just incomplete for Highsmith.
Hard to throw a soft pass when you're running. True. You're running one way and you're trying to, it's just very difficult. You're better offside on and just trying to pop it in there on it quickly because you can't. It's a hard throw.
And the rains continue to fall. Looks like we're going to squeeze this game in just in time. Boyd and Little are split wide out to the wide side of the field. Highsmith is split out to the short side. Drawn is kept in. 3rd down and 10 for the Tar Heels at the Georgia Tech 16. Yates throws across the middle and the ball slips through the hands of Eric Highsmith. Griffin covering on the play, stops the clock with 1:44.
Ball is wet. You got to create a backstop with your hands. You know, and that time it just got away from him because he has excellent hands. But if you don't put those little fingers together and create a backstop, then you can't get it, especially in wet weather.
Likely the last possession of the game for North Carolina, or maybe they need to get a 10. They can get a timeout, or they can get a first down at the 6-yard line. And Georgia Tech wants a timeout. They've got to discuss all of those possibilities. Georgia Tech in the lead, North Carolina at the Georgia Tech 16. In a driving rain. Yates Pressure by Morgan. Pass to the end zone. Picked off. Morgan Burnett runs to the North Carolina sidelines. Third turnover of the day and the second interception by Morgan Burnett. The 13th of this young man's stellar career at Georgia Tech.
I'm excited over the pressure that Georgia Tech was able to get. You know, if you throw it up there, it's Morgan's ball. The ball hawk will claim it. They're rushing 3, and yet they were able to get a little bit of pressure, and it was just tough. The numbers did not go against great defense, and sometimes it just ain't your day.
Morgan Burnett, an outstanding young man. We had a nice talk with him yesterday, and this guy is all about proving it with his play.
Great hands.
Sure,
great hands.
And Georgia Tech now will take 3 knees, maybe 2.5 to get out of here, as North Carolina is out of timeouts. And the crowd here that has hung on at Bobby Dodd Stadium showing their appreciation for this Georgia Tech team. It's offense that I don't know why when they get beat by somebody, everybody tries to question it. Paul Johnson says, look, we play some tough defenses. They faced a tough defense today. I think North Carolina's defense deserves an awful lot of credit here.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech's offense is working.
Yeah, they're very good. They're very, very good.
Another knee taken here by the Yellow Jackets here as we bring this thing to a close. This is an important win. They'll go to 3-1. Got to do it one more time here. They'll go to 3-1. And they'll even their record against their division, because the Miami loss critical because it was a loss in the division. And now this win against North Carolina will get them even in their division mark and bring them to 2-1 in conference play because of their win, of course, over Clemson. And that's another team that is blessed with a pretty decent defense. They have 9 returning starters on defense.
Well, just 2 years ago, remember when Carolina had like 6 freshmen on defense? Well, they're all grown up now. I'm telling you what, they are tough. This was a terrific accomplishment by the Yellow Jackets.
They have a big win here over North Carolina and reestablish their place in the ACC and in the Coastal Division. Last year, the loss to North Carolina cost them an appearance in the championship game in Tampa. Today, it could be a win that could propel them and help them down the line.
Thank you.
Our Mike Hogwood is standing by with Paul Johnson.
Yeah, you can tell who's a football coach and who's a broadcaster. I got the rain suit on. He stand out here. I know, though, the water doesn't bother you when you get a win like this one today.
Well, I'm proud of our football team. They came back. A lot of people thought we were through last week.
Did, yeah.
And we're not through. We came back today and played well. And North Carolina's got a good defensive football team.
You really controlled the ball in the second half. Was that what you thought the key to the game was?
Yeah, I thought, you know, if you can limit possessions, if you're ahead, we needed to put points on the board. We missed some easy kicks that we can't afford to do, but, you know, when we had to have it, we drove the field and got points.
2 players, Josh Nesbitt, Jonathan Dwyer, and I know there are a lot of players that stood out, but those 2 guys really laid it out.
They came to play today, and, you know, everybody, I think we blocked the perimeter better. We got some guys down, and we played great on defense.
Quick, I was going to ask you about your defense. You have to be proud of your defense.
I really am. We simplified it so they could just line up and play, and I thought they did a good job. Our defensive coaches did a good job.
Congratulations on the win. Back up to you, Steve.
All right, thank you very much. Paul Johnson, pretty happy at the turn of events. His team performed at both sides of the ball. They made some adjustments this week, and they all worked. And, of course, Josh Nesbitt continues to be the bulwark of the control of this game from time to time. He did it. Rushed for 2 touchdowns today, nearly 100 yards. And, of course, he's got the diesel in back of him. And when the diesel works, everything goes better.
Yeah, you know, when your best players perform, it's hard for you to lose. But they squandered some scoring opportunities. But it's a huge win. I think both teams should be proud of the defensive units, and offensively for Carolina, they just, you know, they just need some time.
Well, Georgia Tech prevails 24-7 over North Carolina. Don't go away. More to come here from Bobby Dodd Stadium, including Mike Hogwood catching up with Jonathan Dwyer right after this.